Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Sorry I'm a little late. I was having technical problems. I was trying to do the StreamYard, and since I'm on my new computer, I kind of did things backwards, and so I had disabled my camera and my microphone. So, I could go on with my camera, but you know what, guys? I slept under the fan last night and I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm feeling a little headachy and kind of stuffed up. Hi Sarah, how are you? I was just saying I was feeling a little headachy because I slept under the fan. My head's kind of stopped up, so I'm in my pajamas looking a hot mess. So I was a little late because I'm on my new computer and I did things a little backwards. So I disabled my camera and my microphone. So I know how to do it now, but I'm just, I know. I just decided to leave my camera off. I was just saying I look a hot mess, and I kind of figured when I felt bad this morning, you know, that I would not pull my camera up. So I hope you guys don't mind my avatar. Um, so I'm just a little bit late. I hate being late. But how are you, Sarah? How are you feeling today? Wasn't you you were on Skins today, his live, right? I was there for a little while and I was trying to multitask and do a few things while I was on his live and listen at the same time. And then I had to charge the battery to my phone. So I said, oh, forget it. I'm going to get off and just get everything together. So I hope you're well today. Hope you're staying safe. And today's subject is I wanted to talk about relationships. Yeah, with his silly self. Yeah, he crack on me sometimes, and I'll crack back on him. But yeah, he's really Skins is cool. And being a moderator on his channel, I want to make sure that I do. I watch all the comments and make sure everybody's kind of staying respectful. So I try to be a good moderator because he's such a good guy. I'm working from home. I'm good. Well, that's good. That's good that you can work from home, and do what you need to do from home. Are you getting kind of, antsy, or do you really want to go back, or do you like working at home? Because some people working at home, they get a little bored and it's not cracked up what they thought it would be. And then some people just like, oh, I could just do this forever. So which one, do you like working at home? Because I had the type of job I couldn't stand. I think I mentioned that every day that I was on live, but just to make sure everybody got the point, I would have loved to work at home if I had that option. I probably wouldn't have retired when I did if I worked at home. I'm working from home. I'm good. Yeah. Do you like it though? Do you like working at home? And I know the weather has been here in Cali. It has been it has been warm. It has been in the 90s, and sometimes that will mess with my Wi-Fi. So I got the air conditioner on, and I put the fan on the modem, and I don't know if that'll help, but I did that. I'm bored. I want to go back to the office, but it's not bad. You're bored. Yeah, some people just like the part of they're getting out of the house, and mine is probably the traffic in a lot of areas. That was a big thing for me, the traffic. Um, and some people just like the camaraderie of the relationships they have at work. So with me, like I said, I could have stayed home. I could have worked at home and been perfectly fine. So, I'm a homebody anyway. I wasn't that way always, but being self quarantined, um, it bothers a lot of people. But the reason we're staying home, yeah, nobody likes that. But as far as me, just I'm sick of staying in the house. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't think I'll get there yet, but I'm definitely not there now. I So I hope it gets to the point where you can get back and feel safe. That's the key. So everybody who's coming in, if you can hit that like button, I would have. Okay, I think I lost you, Sarah. Okay, I think I lost you, Sarah. Okay, need to turn that down. Did I lose you, Sarah? I know you're working right now, so I figured you'd be in and out. But yeah, the subject today will be relationships, and it does not necessarily mean a romantic relationship, friendship relationships, any relationship you have. And some of what I thought maybe we could discuss, because some people you can be in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or romantic or whatever. Um, some relationships you just want to go ghost. You just, you know, people change and they're not who they used to be, and you're just not feeling it anymore. So I'll wait till more people come in, but that's basically what the topic is. And let me type that down so when people know, you all kinds of typos. Good. Okay, the topic for today is relationships. Um, and some people you just want to ghost. MIA. So I hope everybody can hear me okay. I see that my microphone should be working okay. And like I said earlier, I decided to go StreamYard and use my avatar because, I'm still in my pajamas. I woke up feeling under the weather a little bit, a little headachy stuff. I tried to kind of shake it off, but um, just didn't want to. I just wanted to relax and not have to get out of my pajamas and just chill while I'm doing this live. I hope you guys don't mind the avatar. I'll go live again and use my camera, but for now, I just felt like, I just um, carry my laptop all over the house and not have to put any clothes on, and you guys won't see me, and we can still talk about the topic, which is relationships. Do you just want to ghost people? Do you? They change. Do you just want to? They're not who they pretended to be. The real them came out. The real personalities, who they really are, came out, and you're not really pleased with what you see right now. So, you just kind of put that distance from them and hope that it works out. Everybody coming in, please smash that like button. Thank you for joining me. Join the conversation. The relationships is the subject. It does not have to be romantic. It could be friendships. You know, whatever kind of relationship you're in. Um, Hold on just a second. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Everybody come in and whatever you wanna. If you don't want to talk about relationships, then you pick a subject. Hi, how are you, Empath. I'm sorry. I know I would mess up the first part, so that's why I didn't say it. Good evening to you. How are you? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Hurry up. Okay, I'm back to. I hope you didn't hear me. I was hollering at my dogs. They just don't do what they're supposed to unless I raise my voice, and that's sad. I'm okay, and I'm doing better. Like I said, I put my avatar up because I woke up. I slept with the fan overhead, and I woke up with a kind of stuffy head and a little headachy, and I just wanted to kind of stay in my pajamas and chill. And my dogs are being especially bad. They want to go outside. They don't want to go outside. They're in the cage. They don't want to be in the cage, and so I think my patience is a little thin today with them. So I don't want to fuss at them. So I barricaded myself in my guest bedroom. So hold it. And if you don't know, um, empath, Sarah's in the house. Whoever else comes in, yeah, get to know each other. If on what I do is tell people to kind of visit each other's channel and support. If you want to support that channel, that's fine. We do it low key here, but I don't mind that this partly is a growth channel. So I don't mind that, everybody's talking to each other and snatching up, people, your numbers growing. I don't mind that at all. But because of a lot of guidelines and things, just keep it low key. So you guys want to stick with that subject, relationships, or you want to talk about anything else? We don't have to talk. We can save that for another day. Because see, sometimes certain subjects can go on and on and on. And I certainly don't want to halt the conversation. Yeah. Okay, empath. You can yeah. If you want to just visit someone and see what they have to offer in their channel. Relationships is a good topic for me today. Is it? Okay. Okay. I thought that would be, I didn't know, but I said, you know what? Relationships, um, you meet someone and finally the, they show their true selves. And actually you just want to just go ghost on them, like, okay. And I know that's rude. You know, I know that's rude, but sometimes, people can push, that button and you don't want that button to be pushed. You have said to yourself, I'm not going to let nobody steal my joy. I'm not going to let them rub me the wrong way. But they're in your life and so you really it is, like I said, it's tricky. So, because I have now that are they're to me, the way I'm feeling, they're strained relationships. And if someone was to come in, they would probably think it's them, but they really wouldn't. Anyone on YouTube really wouldn't know who I'm talking about. But you really get to the point where they just aggravate you. They just are very aggravating. They say certain things that um I don't know whether they mean to press your button, or whether they just arrogant like that, that they really don't care. I had go someone about a month ago, then showed up at job for service, and it was not too soon. No, relationship, yeah. A lot of time you want to ghost. So you went to his job and you ran into him like, oops. Were you trying to avoid him, or you kind of figured, okay, when I go, do what I have to do, I'm gonna probably run into him, or was it intentional? Was it intentional that him today? Because, I have a ghost situation going on where this person is in Chicago, so I don't have to worry about them popping up at my house or whatever, or any place I go. But actually, it was a big understanding, and I've been knowing this guy since, you know, we almost grew up together in a way. I've been knowing him since I was a freshman in high school. Oh, intentional. Okay. Or good, because I like surprises, especially when you ghost somebody. I don't like surprises. Yeah, that's funny. He is the only inspector at that location on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, okay. So it sounds like, you ghost him and you kind of thought about that and maybe said, well, you know what, I'm not gonna be like that. I'll see where where he's coming from. Maybe I misunderstood because that's what's happened between me and an old friend. It was a misunderstanding, and he thought I meant something, and it wasn't about him, but he thought it was about him. But I don't think I told it to the people in this. Let me just run it over really quick. Um, I had. I was talking to my sister, and she saw this really funny thing on Facebook, and basically it was this lady, comedian, like the topic of the video she did was I want my kidney back. And she was making all kind of jokes about, why she wanted her kidney back and this and that, according to my sister. So I had made some videos that were supposed to be funny. So my sister was telling me, why don't you do something like that? I said, I don't want to do that. She's already done it. Well, my sister, in essence, was saying, well, you got your own brand of comedy, and you could take it in a different direction because you had not heard that that video that she did or live or whatever on Facebook because I don't have Facebook. And that's another story. So anyway, I said, well, yeah, let me think about it. If I can just, um, talk about some things the way I would feel, if that was my boyfriend and or my husband and he gave me a kidney, or I gave him a kidney rather, and he cheated on me. Like, how would I feel? Like, I want my kidney back. I'm the reason why you still living, and you gonna cheat on me? Give me my kidney back. And so I did a whole spiel on it, everything. Well, my my high heard that, and he thought that I was making fun of him because actually he had been to dialysis for years, and then he finally got a kidney transplant. So it touched him up. He felt some kind of way about it. But I didn't even. I'm telling you, I did not even think of him. It was when I did it. He was not the subject of who I was making my joke. I would never joke about a serious matter like that. So it was a misunderstanding, and we have not talked for a year. It might be longer than that. We haven't talked. But see, that's how friendships are. If you, because I had to figure what I just told you, I had to figure that out. That, oh, okay, it must have been that because I ain't did nothing to the brother. But a true friend would have asked me, because this is my scenario. He could be upset because of this, and this, and, and I need to tell him it wasn't about him, but he acts so funny about it. I just haven't addressed it with him. It could be on both our part, our ego on both our part. It could be our pride. So, I would go to Chicago and visit, and I would stay at his house. And if he came to California uh, to visit, he would stay at my house. And, we had it like that. And so, and we talked at least twice a month. And if I didn't hear from him or he didn't hear from me in a month, we'll call him. So I, like I said, when my sister was telling me about that, she was just emphasizing what this comedian on Facebook, and that I should do that because I had just did like I had a mukbang. I did that, and I was kind of making fun of them, and eating like a pig, and you know, and and just smacking noises. Just make it was I was just making fun of mukbangs, and she thought that was funny, so that's why she brought that "I want my kidney back" subject, and she wanted me to do it, but it wasn't about him, because since he had a kidney and he was doing fine with his kidney, I didn't even think that he might get offended because you're cool. I mean, it didn't even cross my mind, but that's the only thing I can figure out. And some people would probably say, "Yeah, you should call and whatever." But I tried to call him one time, and I left a message that we needed to talk. I think he had a misunderstanding. He didn't call me back, so the heck with you. Think what you want to think at this point. So evidently you don't know me, and I don't know you either. So that's what I was talking about, and talk about relationships. Yes, I heard him say some good things about me yesterday, and I just happened to need my truck inspected. It took me a while to finally drive up through. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he said some good things, and you said, "Oh well, I need this anyway." I know he was happy to see you. I'm sure he was happy to see you. So, you know, um, sometimes it's just misunderstandings why people end up ghosting people, or um, you might have had a perception that this was said and done, and not been that way. And in my case, my friend, and I don't know even whether to call him my friend anymore, but he had the wrong perception, because do you really think that I would make fun of people knowing that I had a person in mind that needed a transplant, and I'm going to take that information and make a joke about it? No, you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm glad you did that. It takes something to say, okay, let me do this. You had to muster up some, okay, because you don't know after you go to him when, you know, well, you had heard he had said some good things, but actually seeing that person, like, did you really know what to expect? Yep. Even asked for a hug after realized he was kind of giving me a hard time. Well, it turned out good. Do you think you'll be seeing that person again, or you gonna just let, like they say, sleeping dogs lie? You know that saying. You think that's gonna rekindle and make things better, or are you gonna leave it as is and kind of see how he how he the next move, how he's gonna move next? Are you waiting for him to make the next move? And you goes to me, yeah. I can hear the conversation now, even though, yeah, I called you, and I called you 3, 4 times. You didn't call me back. I guess I must have said something wrong. At least she can answer the phone once. Just let me know. Oh, I know. I know the drill. He told me not to be a stranger, but I'm going to take it slow and observe. I hear you. You're going to see what move he makes. Yeah, because in order for you to ghost him, it was something that you just wasn't feeling that he was doing or saying or what have you. You just evidently it was something that was concerning to you. So you felt like, okay, I'm just speculating because I'm If I was in a position like the position with the guy in Chicago, it's like, mm-mm. He didn't even have the decency to uh, to call me back. So, uh-uh, I don't. Yes, okay, okay, yeah. He didn't have the his little pride was hurting and wasn't he. You know the thing about it is, the way I looked at it was, you are so arrogant. Everything is not about you. That's the way I was feeling. That he's thinking it's about him. You should know me better than to know it's not you. But and everything I do, I, I had not made truly new on YouTube. I had not made any videos pertaining to him in the past. Not one video was pertaining to him. I could have said anything that, you know, and you had, and it was something that you had done or can relate to, but that doesn't mean that it was relating to you because, first of all, I didn't give you the kidney. So how could you think it was about you? The comedy subject was, I want it back. The scenario was, you were my boyfriend or my husband, you cheated, and now I want my kidney back. So it couldn't have been about you because I didn't give you a kidney. So it's like, men be tripping. They be tripping. It's not about you. So anyway, like I said, it's been more than a year. So, and I had not thought about that. And I was watching this program on uh, on television before I went live. And so I said, do I want to make the topic relationships and how you want to go someone, how you want to go MIA, how the relationship has changed and you just don't want to be bothered anymore. But in your case, it's slow, and that's so wise. Take it slow, check it out. Uh, you know, but now if we did talk and things, it would always be a strain, I think, on on our relationship. I think that I would always be trying to watch what I say. If say for instance he got, and if I knew somebody that had pneumonia and whatever, and not joking, but just kind of going, you think I'm talking about you now, you know, because you got pneumonia, and I know somebody that got pneumonia. Okay, it don't have to be about you. It's just a coincidence that I talked about that, and it all came about because of my sister, which she knows him, but she wasn't even thinking about him when she was talking to me about the comedian. He wasn't even in the conversation. So anyway, I just don't. I think it's so silly because years of knowing each other, and then my family know his family, and then my sister-in-law, um no, she been in the family for a long time. She knows his family. So a lot of people that I know him and vice versa. Some of my old friends from Chicago. We they knew him. We were all friends together. Have you heard from Maryland? And then when I would talk to them. Oh, have you heard from him? And I would say, yeah, this, and whatever. And so we all come from a tight knit group of friends. We would go to the skating rink together. We went to the same high school together. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's just really complicated now, and to me, it would be too much anxiety to deal with him now because I don't like. Okay, I know about just not just having filters, things you just don't want to talk about in front of the person because you don't want to make them uncomfortable. It may be a sore subject, a touchy subject, so not to touch on those subjects. But even beforehand, I would ask them, have they found a donor? And he would say, no, but he was in Illinois. No, but I'm gonna go to Indiana and put myself on the list or see if I can get on the list because um, I heard it was quicker if you Indiana, it was quicker for them to get a donor. So we have talked about it and was I thought he was open about it, but he to me, and I'm not saying that he should laugh about it and say, "Oh, Madeline, that was the funniest thing I ever heard." Just ask me, "What you weren't talking about me, were you?" And I would tell you no. So now it's like I don't even want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put something in the relationship that wasn't supposed to be there, and now that it's there, and it's more than the elephant in the room. It's bigger than that to him. To me, I think it's silly. But now I don't even want to be bothered. So years of friendship is gone now because of a misunderstanding. Something that I didn't even, have him in mind. So yes, right before I disappeared, I have been extremely anxious about him today so much. And I know what you feel. It's like you're even the changes in your breathing, your breathing is like in it's anxiety. Um, and some people had asked, well, what if he called you this and that? I hope he don't at this point. I hope he don't. It's been over a year. I hope he don't. Because for me to try to explain things, maybe what if I don't explain it in a way that he's getting it? What if he's going to misinterpret what I'm explaining? Because you know, he's not a dumb brother, but some things, he stayed. Let me put it this way, without, and I know people like this, but he's like this. He's trapped in the 70s. You know, like okay, 2019. Come on, speed up, get up to date. You in that little cocoon. Chicago's big, but he stays in that little cocoon. Won't venture out, won't do new and exciting things. So I have anxiety because his world is so limited. So once he gets something fixated in his mind, he, he had just gotten to the point of social media. Now, mind you, I don't go to Facebook and all that, but I'm privy to it, and I know of it, and I've been inside. I had a little a Facebook um, page for a little bit, and then the information that they wanted. I had heard before that somebody had hacked them, and it was a security leak or whatever. So I was afraid to give certain information. So, they thought troll, but I'm not a troll, and I just didn't understand. I just didn't want. I understood. I just didn't want to give them a lot of information that they asked for because you had just had that happen, and it's like, okay, I'll give you this information, and and it may be trivial to some people, and they don't mind giving this, and that, but I mind. So I know certain social medias, but he just didn't get it. He just didn't get it. And so I'm just afraid that if I try to explain, I don't think he'll get it. I don't think it will register with him. He's got it fixed in his mind. I believe. I believe that I would him. And if somebody did that to try to hurt that person, I could understand them being upset, but say something. Say something. I tell somebody, you hurt my feelings. I tell somebody that if I felt like they hurt you hurt my feelings. And this is how you hurt my feelings. And then when you hurt my feelings, you had the nerve to laugh about it because you thought it was a joke. Yeah, tell me. Because I have no problem with telling people if they hurt my feelings. But, in this situation, him is to remain ghost, remain MIA. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I blocked him from any communication, and I have a different address than I have because I don't think this was this I moved into my house where I'm at now, and he, now we were still talking. I never gave him my address. We would always just talk on the phone. So he can't even write me a letter. If he called me, I think on my phone it'll go straight. Although I blocked, I think it'll go straight to voicemail. But I don't even have a voicemail, which is okay. But it's just relationships. Just even if they're platonic or whether they're romantic, they're complicated. They are complicated, and that's why even on lives when you form cyber buddies and you're typing, what we type, sometimes we're meaning to say this, but the other person reading the comment is taking that comment totally different. There's so much room for misunderstanding when you're texting too, you know. And unless you really know that person, okay, I'm reading that wrong because I know they would not say that. And that out if you really know someone. You get a text and it's okay, that's way off. I'm taking it wrong. Let me call them because I could be offended the way it looks, but knowing them and knowing what kind of friend they are and knowing what kind of person they are, they would never try to intentionally hurt my feelings. So this text is coming and saying one thing, so let me call. So because I've been in lives here on YouTube, and you I can sometimes people just misinterpret what you just typed. It's not the best form of communication. That's why I'm glad that StreamYard you have the capability of another person coming on the panel. because I did that one time. I um I invited someone, and then we stayed on for so long. We were the only two there. Well, it was another person. It was, we were the only two. So it was good because, and we wouldn't have a misunderstanding. I truly believe, but we could go back and forth. No time. If we misunderstood, it could easily. If we misunderstood each other, it could easily be corrected because there was no typing. Because sometimes the typing just gives it. You can misinterpret. So let's see if everybody looks like. Just reminding anybody that comes into the chat room, please hit the like. I appreciate everyone. Um, I won't stay on too long because uh, you sometimes you have one of them lazy kind of days. You're not feeling 100%, so you just say, okay, today I'm going to chill. And it's so good when you don't have a job to go to because you don't have that luxury when you're not feeling just right. You call in sick. Well, I'm not coming in today. I'm just not feeling just right. And they're not supposed to ask you what's wrong with you. You know that they're not supposed to do that. But I've had supervisors that did that. Well, what's wrong with that? So you call them on it. But I'm glad, empath, that you are, just being transparent right now with your situation. I appreciate that because I'm that kind of person. If I volunteer something, on my lives or my videos and volunteer, but sometimes it depends on who it is and what they're asking. Sometimes I don't like to be asked something. I rather I'm ready to say it. You know what I mean? Just like people have the capacity on their lives for super chats and they have this and that. And if you extend the invitation for everybody and not calling me out like, Marilyn, I need a super chat. See, you never get one. I have to want to do that. Don't ask me for no money. Put it out there. Let me decide whether I want a super chat or join or what have you. I don't have no problem you putting something for everybody to see. You know, you can join my channel, whatever. Nothing is wrong with that. You utilizing the way you should utilize it. And for the Cash App, you put it out there, you utilizing your channel. But I've had a person, ask me directly, and I felt some kind of way, you know, um, and 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 that person is a nice person, but I just have a thing about being asked for money, even if I'm out and about before all this, and I said clearly might need a hand, might need a little help. Um, but just don't come up and ask me. I'll see them and I feel like, okay, I got a couple of dollars. There's nothing wrong with it. But to come up and ask me for some gas money and you don't even have a car, and a car in sight, I'm at the gas station, you ask me for gas. Okay, maybe the 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 car ran out of gas a block down the street. I don't know that. But I just don't like to be asked for money. That's my pet peeve. Yes, I like that. Have never tried it on my own life. Yeah. So next time I gotta make sure I got your notification bells together. So I want to visit you in your live and just see where you're coming from, empath. So, what you said exactly. I don't know. I've always been like that. Well, not always, but for a long time. Because believe it or not, in my dating experience, I've had guys ask me for money, you know, and my response, I can't remember exactly, but as close as it was very close to what I'm getting ready to say. My response was, say what now? You say what? You need what? You asking me for what? Say what? You must be crazy. You better get you a job if you want extra money. Got a job? Get a second one. Don't ask me for nothing. Now, if I want to on your birthdays or take you out to dinner or Christmas, whatever, slip a little bit, in a card or whatever, or buy you a gift, yeah, I like to volunteer. I don't like to be asked for money unless you making a blanket statement to a room full of people. Then I won't get offended. But once you say, Marilyn, give me, I become deaf. I don't hear you no more. I'm deaf now. What you say? You want what? You can go to the recycling center. I got some plastic and some cans in the garage. You want that? But actually, that's giving you money because I would get the money if I turn it in here. Boom, take it. But for me to reach into my wallet and give you a quarter would offend me. Giving you nothing. I remember, I remember, not too far from here, from where I live now. That was this one girl, I knew her family, whatever they knew my family, and bless her heart, she was just bold like that. I'd be going to the store and she see me, hey Marilyn, how you doing? And she'd come up to me, girl, you got a quarter I can borrow? And so since she said a quarter, and I know I wasn't gonna get anything, I gave her back. Since she said a quarter, I just gave her a quarter. She looked at me and looked at in her hand and her quarter. She said, Well, you asked for a quarter. I would have loaned you $5 or $10 because, I knew her situation or whatever. And but I gave you what you asked. You asked me for a quarter. Am I supposed to read your mind? And I knew what she was going to do with the money. But if she can get her a quick fix for a quarter, uh, mm. She looked at me like I had. She looked at me up and down like Bernie Mac used to say. She looked at me up and down like I was short. Like, all I could do was turn around and laugh because that look was obvious. She did not try to disguise her disgust with me that I gave her what she asked for. But that was the only person to this day that asked me. And it's funny because a few years after that, she didn't feel well, and this was told to me by her family. She didn't feel well, and she walked to the hospital, to the emergency room that was, right up the street from where my mom lived, where I was visiting. And she waited so long in the emergency room, she left and she died in the parking lot. So, like I said, she had a little history, and although sometimes she would get on my nerve, I had a soft spot for her. So that's the only person, that I felt like, okay, she asked me for a quarter, I'm gonna give you a quarter. You should have asked me for what you wanted and not play games. But I let her have that one. It was just funny, the situation of how she looked at me like up and down with her, with her mouth turned up and her nose snarled. Like, I think about that sometimes. Yep, I think I have learned my lesson about how to contribute to relationships with men. Yep, because once you start, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in general. Once you start giving your hard earned money and he never think about paying it back, that's going to continue. And and if you stop doing it, he going to go to somebody else that will. Well, my thing is, bye. Get nothing here. There's a lot of circumstances like, if you're with someone and that person had always been generous, you did for each other back and forth, that's one thing. Because when I dated, if somebody was always taking me to the dinner and movies and this and that or whatever, bringing flowers, I felt like I don't feel bad about returning that. We go to dinner. Oh, I got it. I got it. No problem. But I went on a date one time, and after we finished eating, and is ready to pay the bill, he looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, okay, what it's gonna be like? Who's gonna pay this bill? Let's just put it this way: I'll pay my part. Waitress, could you split the bill? I'm gonna pay for what I ate. Hey, that's on you. I'm talking to the other person. That's on you. I'm paying for me. I don't have to wash no dishes. Hey, I'm not going to. I'm gonna pay for me. But how dare you invite me to dinner and expect me to pay for it? Oh my goodness. What you say in past, I have a family member who would ask strangers for 85 cents, knowing that most people would not have exact change and would give her $1. I think that's what this friend was, this girl I knew, she would ask for a quarter. So she thought that I would give her, some loose change, $1. I fooled her. I reached into my person, got a quarter, gave it to her. 85 cents. Now, who gonna count out 85 cents? Even if you have 85 cents at the bottom of your purse or in your wallet, you're not gonna tell you see $1, you got she was slick with it. Ah, hi, what is it? I can't see. Kirkshine. Hi, host. Welcome to me. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Kirkshine. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Thank you, and welcome to the chat. We're just talking about relationships, whether they be romantic, whether they be, platonic, a buddy buddy, whatever, romance, whatever. We're just talking about relationships in common and how um, they can be a little hairy, a little sticky sometimes. Yes, that is correct. Oh, good. Kirk Sean. Thank you, because I be tearing up some words. Sometimes, sometimes I just pick a little bit of part of somebody's name and just say it because, you know, if it's something that I can't pronounce, I might just say the first letter in the first name. So we're talking about relationships. I'm gonna be in. Oh yeah, we just talking about relationship and different kinds of relationships, and it can be tricky, and you know some people you just want to ghost. Some people, uh, just a lot of different kinds of relationship, and uh, how they just some relationships are just toxic. Some relationships people are in just to benefit them, and if it doesn't benefit them, then adios. Um, and men and women are guilty of this. Women want to, sometimes some women, not a lot, not any I know of, I'll put it that way, but a couple, they want a sugar daddy. And then a lot of men, and I won't say all men, but they want to be taken care of. And more than what people know, they look for older women as if older women is supposed to be thirsty. So, okay, you got you a young stud, you know, let first of all, they want to come over and they never leave. Now, that has not happened to me lately. Years ago, it has. You meet someone, they seem cool, you go a couple of times, you go out to dinner, and then when you decide, okay, I'm gonna cook him dinner or whatever, and then they don't want to leave. You better take this hefty bag and put your stuff in it and go, because uh-uh they'd be trying to move in with you. And I found out through my job is a lot of people. Now in this scenario it was mostly men. They would but they would hope that the woman that they dealing with, or let me put it this, they would seek out the women who they would seek them out, because then the woman might be paying, for instance, $105 a month, and she living in a $1,300 a month apartment, but her portion, hers paying the majority, and she's paying maybe 100, so maybe less than that. Oh, he really want to move in, because then he don't have to give her anything for nothing. And the way Section 8 worked, at least, in the county that I was working, okay, they're subsidized by HUD. So say you working and you lose your job. And a lot of people will say, okay, how you gonna pay your rent? No, no, no. You lose your job, you don't have nothing coming in, you don't pay no rent. HUD would pay 100% of your rent, and then give you some money to pay, they give you a utility allowance. So not only are you not paying rent, we paying you. And a lot of guys knew that. And to hook up with a Section 8 woman, oh, that was their dream. That was their dream. Well, then Pat say I'm 41 and cannot stand for a younger man to even look my way. I know that's right. Me and a friend of mine, we went to, she has a card, and I would just watch her, or go eat or whatever, but at one of the casinos. And so I was just sitting, I didn't want to sit there right where she was, but I was across the way. She was playing, I think it was uh, roulette. I think the machines where they have a few people gathered around, and it's like an animated screen. Well, anyway, she was playing that, and I had seen this one younger guy. He was talking to her, and the way she was looking, I said, oh, okay, let me keep watching. So then he left. So I was just, people watching or whatever. So he comes over there where I'm at, and he trying to say, trying to butter me up and whatever. I knew instantly what the game was. He was looking for a place to stay because he was probably homeless. Let me go around and talk to the older women, but then they're gonna be flattered because the younger guy. No, that don't work, baby boy. That does not work. You being younger, I look at you as a liability. You not, you don't have nothing to offer me. Nothing, nothing. You have nothing that I want. If you're trying to use me, mm-mm. No, it does. I don't fall for it. But a lot of, and you see that on these shows like the 90 Day Fiance. You guys watch that? That is a trip. They like, 52, 54. That's not old to me. But then they try to get these, 25-year-old women or men. And we know why. There's a few reasons. But one of the biggest reasons they get somebody younger, one of the biggest ones is control. Like, okay, if I got me a woman 52 or I got me a man 52, they ain't gonna take all this. They done lived a little life, and I can't run game on them. Okay, but you 25, I can run game on you. So yeah, they are. Empath, they are liability. Even on online dating, a lot of younger guys from overseas has tried to romance me. Yeah, watch out, guys. They want a green card. They want a green card. I watch your 90 Day Romance, and there's Ed from San Diego, and what was her name? Rosemary from Philippines. And I had to laugh about them. I said, okay, Rosemary, I know where you coming from, but girl, it is not worth it. Run. I mean, he would embarrass her every chance he get. He lied to her all the time, but he was so paranoid that she wasn't telling him the truth and that she wanted to come to America so she could have a better life because he saw how she was living in a poverty-stricken part of Philippines. So he said, "Well, maybe she don't really love me, and she just want a better life." Of course, you want a better life. She have to want a better life. You ain't got no mirrors in your house, man. She don't want you for you. And you know what? The way he did her, I'm not even mad at her. Because first time he lied to her and said she's 5'2". And he lied and said that he was 5'2". And when she met him, he was 4'11". She saw that he was shorter. So that was his first lie. Then he wanted, before, they got closer, he wanted her to take an STD test. And she got offended, like, in other words, you calling me a nasty lady. And so she ended up taking the STD. I think no, I'm not sure whether no, she did. No, she didn't. But he refused to take one. She said, I take one, you take one. Well, I take one, I get home. I don't want to take it here. I don't trust her here. Oh, but you want her to take one. That relationship it was funny to me. I felt sorry just a little bit, but it was basically funny. And then he asked her and then he asked her a few more things. Oh, and then they were, I know she was trying to secure her position so she can go to the United States. That's the only reason. But they were going to get intimate, and he told her she needed to shave her legs because her legs looked hairier than his. So she went in there and shaved it. Then what he did, he ordered downstairs and got a bunch of, he got some hors d'oeuvres, whatever, and got a bottle of champagne or wine or something because he wanted to liquor her up so he could, so he could, so he can, rule what was going to get her liquored up so they can have sex, because, you know, I, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but he kind of had said himself he didn't find himself, yeah, 4'11. Yes, 4'11 impact. He was 4'11. Little, it was Napoleon syndrome complex or whatever it is at its finest, yes, because he was very controlling. Then she had always expressed that she wanted two more babies. She had a son named Prince, and she always expressed that she wanted two, a couple more children. Well, he never told her that he was planning vasectomy because he didn't want any more children. And I don't blame him at what he was 54. I don't blame him at 54, but the thing is he wanted to get her all caught up, you know, before he told her the truth because he never told her until the last minute that, he don't want no more kids. So, she just, but a lot of times when one person is a lot of years older than the other person, they want to control that person. They want to control the relationship. They know that a woman, a man of their age of mature and would be mature, or that's their line of thinking, I think, and wouldn't take the crap that they dishing out. So let me get a lunch Cerrone, and then I can, like I said, run game on them. But it's not about love, it's about control. And so I even those little silly series like that, there's some life lessons in there, guys. If you really look, there's some life lessons in those silly series, 90 Day and what's another one? Married at First Sight, relationships or what have you. It's some life lessons in there, and it's people do some foul stuff to other people. You know, you getting married to somebody, you to a stranger. You know that it's for a show. You know there's going to be cameras around, but yet you don't want to be filmed. How silly can you be? And most of them, they act different on camera than they're off camera. So you don't even know there was a stranger first day when you married them, and then after 6 weeks, 8 weeks, no matter how long, they still a stranger because they're two different people on and off camera. So I just look at them and I said, how gullible, how gullible can you be? Being with somebody, going back to 90 Day, being with somebody, you've been dealing with them on a computer for 7 years. One couple, this one man, lady he was dealing with lived in the Ukraine 7 years, and every time he would try to get something going, he fly to Ukraine or this or that, she would stand him up. He did that about 4 times, and still don't think he got it through his head that this person is not real. They taking you for their money. They taking you for your money because you're sending money, you're sending gifts, and how gullible, like I said, that they are. And of course, that I'm thinking of, he just made 60, and he really don't, to me, he don't look like he's 60. He carries himself pretty well. 60 is not old, but I'm just saying he doesn't even look 60. Guess what? The girl's in her, what is she in her 20s? They always want somebody much younger. I don't think there's only a few couples. I think it's a few couples that's like that there's a 20-year difference or a 30-year difference, and sometimes even a 40-year difference. There's a reason for that. In this case, I think that the man is not mature emotionally, mentally, So he goes for the younger women because he's not mature enough to handle a grown woman. Not mature enough. So watching that, like I said, I'll be laughing more than anything. And I'll be like, you got to be kidding. I'll be fussing at the screen. You got to be kidding. You know that person don't exist. You've been talking to, you in love with a computer. All the friends be trying to tell them and they don't get it. No, well, I really believe that, he loves me and I love him. I really believe that somebody hacked this account and that's why they asked me if you don't if you don't send me some money, I'm gonna put all those naked nude pictures that you sent me. I'm gonna put them all. Somebody hacked this account. Stupid lady. And that just goes to say a lot of people just try to make excuses for that other person. They make excuses why this is done, and they don't want to face what's really happening, because if you face what's happening, that means that you're going to have to do something about it. So you want to stay in a state of denial, so you won't have, because you're not ready to do something about it. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's what I think. And although, like I said, this is TV shows, but you know what? It shows some people's true nature, whether you're gullible, whether you're controlling. It shows their true nature, who they are. And there's different types of people, and then some people fall into this category. So it's just showing you different categories that people fall in. It's nothing new under the sun. There's no behavior new under the sun. It's disgusting as people are. That's not the first time it's been done. So relationships can, oh, they can be more problem than they're worth. What you say, Empath, you've given me two thumbs up. You know I'm telling the truth. And I see your little emojis with the 4 feet 11. them eyes, them eyes bucked out. Oh, but yeah, it's a subject that you just have to pay attention to who you're dealing with. Watch out for the signs. And yeah, like you said earlier, empath, the younger guys from overseas, they try to romance you. Um, they've had a few instances on the shows where they got over here, they got married, but before this one man in particular, but before he moved out, lady that he had known was in the United States. So it was all set up. So he came over and married the one particular lady. They had the fiance. They had to get married for the 90 days. They did get married. And then he left her, divorced her, and they just did an update. Where are they now type deal. He left her, and the lady that he knew was over here, they got married. So it was all a setup. Find somebody to hook up with, because you got somebody over here that may not be able to sponsor you. So let this stranger that you got from one of the websites, dating sites, let them fall in love with you, or and bring you and spend their money to bring you here. You leave them and marry the person you actually want to be with that was able to come to the United States. And so you met up with them, married them, and this particular lady, she said it, but I didn't know all that had happened because I didn't see this one couple from the beginning. But she was telling him, she called him and she was telling him, because of you, I lost my home. And you being my husband, I lost my husband. I lost everything. And he told her, so what? I don't care. And she screamed and hollered, slammed the phone down. Lady, you got the brutal truth. That's exactly, he don't care. But she lost her home because it's more than a notion to bring people from, overseas. It's a lot of money being spent, a lot of things and paperwork you have to do. And she spent that money. He left her. And the way I understood it, she lost her house behind all that. That's cold. Now that's cold. That is to okay. All right, you want a better life. You want to meet somebody and you want to come over here. Okay. Then you meet somebody and say, they're not so bad. They in fact, I kinda like them. You may start out with questionable intentions and you find out actually we make a good couple. You get a green card out of it. Now, I know this is far fetched, but wish with me, imagine with me, guys. And it works out. Okay. You're not hurting nobody. Both of you guys understand what's going on. Because some people pay up people, get married to me. I'll give you this amount of money. Marry me so I can stay here. Both of you guys understand what's going on. I don't think it's legal, but you know, you have to prove to ICE that, the immigration, I mean, you have to prove that you married and it's not, you know, not for the just for the green card. But I know those are the far fetched relationships, but evidently is a lot of that going on because in Ukraine they were saying that the lady that owned this little restaurant and the man had got flowers and champagne and dinner and everything, and the lady didn't show up because the lady didn't exist because she just didn't exist. So the owner, they translated what she was saying, and she basically said she see that all the time. The ladies from the Ukraine, try to hook up with especially, and he lived in Vegas. This one man, they try to hook up with American man, and for the money. So through the years, and he was with her for 7 years. 7 years, he's been sending her money, and he equated to like 100 grand that he had spent altogether. And then the trips back, and that's not even the trips going back and forth to the Ukraine. But this lady, the restaurant owner, said that's she said I'll order. He got the flour, the candy, he ordered the food, the champagne, and he's there by himself. He waits for a couple of hours and then he figures out she's not coming. She said that happens all the time. All the time. So, like I said, it's TV, but I believe that it's happening more than people want to understand. It happens more than people want to realize. That's what I meant to say. But part of not being caught up into some messy relationship, don't move too fast. Observe, keep your eyes open, Look out for, certain signs that may be a red flag, especially if he's always asking you for money or she's always asking you for money. But ultimately, when you use somebody, when you dog out somebody, no matter what relationship, what kind it is, romance, platonic, whatever, karma, you're gonna get it back. And it may not even be that person who get, that make you pay. It could be somebody you gonna fall in love with somebody that don't that don't care about you in no kind of way, and do you even worse than what you did someone else. You get it back. You will get it back. I guarantee. There's not a lot of guarantees in life, but I guarantee you're gonna reap what you sow. What you say, empath? Wow. Yeah. And I was dating this guy years ago, and his sister married someone. I'm not sure where he was from. I want to say Syria, but I don't know where he was from. Oh, and she was like 23, 24, and he just loved her so much or whatever. And oh, baby, we getting married and have a family, and we're gonna get a good life or whatever. So they did what they had to do, or she did what she had to do, and he was over here. They got married. He left the same day they got married. He left. She ain't seen him. Just, and I don't even know what he realized. When you get married, you have to, I don't know about every state, but you have to, well, maybe they got married at the courthouse, because after you get married, you have to file a pay, whatever. So maybe they got married at the courthouse. But anyway, he left the same day. What you say, empath? I ended up in a sham marriage. Found out he only wanted a green card. I was 20 with a baby. Yeah, you were young. And he, they promise you a good life. And who, you know, a young woman, 20 years old, and these things are being said, you want, and it's on the up and up, because you just can't imagine that somebody would do something foul like that. He ended up getting deported in 2010. Oh, hooray. Good. I finally figured out how to get a free divorce last October. Yeah, I had gotten I had gotten a divorce, and when you don't have any children with that person, and I'm not an attorney, I'm just telling you what I did. If you don't have any children with that person, no property and stuff like that, yeah, it doesn't have to be a long drawn out deal. It doesn't have to be, to me, you know, um, I've told a lot of people, this is what I did. This is what I did. Like I said, I'm no attorney. I did work for a short time in family law and workers' comp, law offices, but I remember some things, and especially the paperwork you have to file. But if you it gets real difficult when you start having kids, and the child support and the visitation and the property, your retirement. If you've been with them for a certain, they may be able to take, it's just a lot of things that I advise people with all these things. Don't try to do it on your own. Get you because if that other person get an attorney and you don't have an attorney, man, they can send you to cleaners with a quickness. So, like I said, it is not so. so hairy if you don't have, all those things. If you didn't accomplish anything together, you know, you don't have a business together, you're not buying a home together, you know, it's not as difficult. But you want to make sure you represent it well. I wish I had known years sooner. Yeah. Oh, we can all say that. Empath. We can all say that. I wish I knew then what I knew now. I I don't know. Things I try not to have any regrets in life. I try to look back and say, okay, now, what did I learn? What lesson did I learn? And so I try to do that. But sometimes, some situations, like, oh, I could have lived my life without going through that because it didn't teach me nothing. It was of no value. It was no value. And I'm going to say this because most of the time I am very transparent, long as I'm volunteering the information. My children from that marriage was the only thing good I could have done without that hoodlum, low life, scallywag. What I can't think of names. What I could have done without that. No kids, no property yet. Yeah, we all could look back and say, didn't need that. Didn't need that. It had no value, but it did with me because of my kids. But other than that, it didn't. See, when you get with somebody, both people are supposed to enhance each other's life. That's the way I feel. I'm not supposed to enhance your life, and I'm not being enhanced. And I'm not really talking about money. You're supposed to bring something, you know. But if you didn't gain not nothing, not a lesson, if you came out worse than what you came in, so no, you're supposed to enhance each other's life. And see, I'm done with all that because I do better by myself. I do better being single. But at the time, at one point in my life, I wanted to be part of a power couple. You know, work together, get a business, work together, get a nice home, work together, you know, um, go worship, you know, uh, both of us believing in God and we worship together, we pray together. You know what I'm saying? You're enhancing each other's life. So that was my thing. I wanted to be part of a power company. Well, slip of the tongue, power couple. But there was nothing. That was I didn't get I didn't get nothing. I didn't gain nothing out of that. Yes, I did. What not to do. Don't do this no more. Don't do this no more. And heaven forbid, don't do that. So at this stage in my life, I enjoy being single because is and I know I've said this so many times on my channel, but I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. I prefer being single because marriage does not benefit me. Um, it doesn't enhance my life, not one bit. I know if I was married, have I would be a home. buyer. If I was married, I wouldn't have two cars to choose from. Not bragging, just stating fact. And I thank God for that. He's my source. But sometimes people can come into your life and it's like you have a hole in your pocket. You're not gonna keep no money. It's like they have these get rich schemes and give you every excuse in the world why they can't find a job. Mm-mm. I would not have it is, and I didn't realize this, but I truly believe that it was never meant for me to get married. I'm not the marrying kind because I'm not gonna take your mess. And if you can't be and be submissive, what submissive? Some men you can't, and I'm not talking about all men. There's some good men out there. Some men you can't be submissive to because if you're submissive, then they think you're stupid. You think that you know they think you're a fool. Oh, when you get married, I'm gonna pay all the bills. I'm gonna do everything and give me your check. Say what? Say what? Give you want my check? Lies you tell. But I do like to see a couple working together, got a family. He's a good father. She's a good mother. They both have good jobs. They build together. They got a home. Oh, I love to see that. I don't care who it is. It's like, show me a good couple. I love it. I'm not begrudging to nobody. Hey, it didn't work my way. I do more, I get more, I prosper more being single. But some people get it where, okay, baby, let's work together. Let's get this. Oh, I've seen that. And it's the most beautiful thing. Kids are beautiful, you know. Life is good. Okay, they got their problems and they ain't perfect, but they things are good. I love to see that. It's just not anything in my life that I even want to attempt anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. But I love to see that because it is possible. Relationships are hard, but it's possible to find that guy or that lady who gets it and want to work together. Don't want to be out there gallivanting and cheating. Submission has got me nothing but trouble. You say it again for the people in the back and back. See, see, a guy that gets what that's all about. But see, like I said, you try to be submissive to these hooligans, uh, uh, uh. You'll be barefoot and pregnant intentionally all the time and working because he gonna be at home. And when you get home from that work, you gonna have to tend to the babies, cook the food, clean the house, and he gonna be with his feet up drinking beer and playing a video game. Yeah, love don't live here no more. I'm just kidding. Love lives here, but I have a love for my children, my family. But as far as romantic love, yeah, I've been there, done that. I've loved, and the person, I'm not saying that if he were not deceased right now that we would be together because he had a horrid family. Whew. Hey, beautifully broken. How are you? We're just talking about relationships, um, the good, the bad, and ugly. we talked about relationships, and I was just, we were just sharing certain things. How have you been? Are you staying safe? I hope you are. I'm good. I'm good, bro. Beautiful. I'll just say beautiful. I'm good. I um I just kind of put this avatar up because, like I was telling people earlier, I slept under the fan and I had my nose stopped up, and then I had a little slight headache, and I just didn't feel like putting no makeup on. I didn't feel like I just look a mess. So I still got my jammies on, and I just said I'm gonna throw this avatar up here, and I won't make a habit of it. But for those days that I just don't feel 100%, you know what I'm saying? I'll just throw I'll just throw this. But you say BB is fine. Okay, BB, I'll call you BB because beautiful is like, okay, Marilyn, stop giving me the compliment. All right. Okay, BB. I know you did. I know you did, but it's possible. It's possible. I just didn't feel like, I just didn't feel like putting anything on, and just didn't feel like being presentable. I just felt like being under the that fan just had me, you know, just had me all stopped up feeling. Exactly. Speak to everyone. Thank you. What you saying? Whatever makes you comfortable is fine. I am comfortable, BB. I am comfortable. Yeah. So I'm glad because some people, I don't think until they really get to know you that they really want to see an avatar. But you know, I've given lives, and the camera was on, so you know. Then plus I can kind of sneak away, and and you're gone. I can make my dogs be quiet and shut up. Yeah. Would you say I should do lives like this? Yeah. If you don't feel like, if you want to stay in your pajamas and turn the sound down and look at and it's funny, we're talking about relationships, and the movie is on right now. I have it on mute, but it's like, why did I get married? By the Tyler Perry. Ah, can you believe the movie, and we're supposed to be talking about relationships, and that movie comes on? Empath. Have you seen that movie? Why did I get married? Now it's four scenarios of relationships. And it's funny because the relationship that was supposed to be the strongest amongst the four, they end up filing for divorce and being separated. Ain't that a blip? Let me make sure. Yeah, you go live all the time, so we know what you look like. Exactly. And I had made a promise to myself to go live every day, but Sunday, and I have some, online ministries that I like to listen to. So, that's why, and then after that, it's like I want to chill and catch up on a few things. Did I get that dog food situation? Which one? Yeah, you saw it years ago. Yeah. So it was just funny because the strong marriage, the person that was, giving other people advice, they end up separating. And of course, he ended up getting killed. But um, it was just ironic that, yeah, part two. Yeah, it was, why did it, why did I get married and why did I get married to? But they spelled it Too. So yeah. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. These dogs are getting frustrating. Over outside. Go outside. Come here, you wanna go outside? Huh? Go outside. Huh? Go outside? No? Okay, I'm back. Say I barely remember the first. I do remember Jill Scott was in it, and it was a pretty good movie, right? Yeah, Jill Scott was in it. Janet Jackson, uh, Tyler Perry was in that one, and he wasn't Medea. He was, playing a man, and a few of people that played in some of Tyler Perry's series, they were in it too. Okay, it's been hot here in Southern Cal, BB. It's been hot. It's been it's been in the 90s all week, and the bad thing about it is sometimes I have to turn on the air, but I'm really not an air conditioning person. I don't like the air on all the time. Or sometimes, I turn on the fan and it just, if it's right on me, I have ceiling fans, so right over my bed. And even if I position the beds, well, I'm not doing all that. Okay, I'm in Southern California. Yeah. Yeah, he playing a man. You know what I mean? He was playing Medea. Oh, you're from Houston, Empath. Okay, 80s to 90s. Yeah, that's hot. So it's like, okay, if I don't turn the AC on, it gets stuffy. If I do, my hair, I'm just, some of my air conditioning just kind of messes with me. And I love the AC on hot days. I can't take the heat, and I know you're in Cal. Yeah, yeah. I'm sick of California, but I don't know where I would want to move to. And right now it's like, it is not a good time. Go outside. Come on. Come on. Okay, I had to sneak out really quick because my dog was getting antsy. I usually keep my windows open 24/7. Yeah, there's nothing like a clean house with fresh air going through it. Exactly. Instead of the AC. I've lived in Oakland and Fresno, loved the Bay Area weather. Fresno was too hot though. And you know what? In the Bay Area, I think I would like that weather better too, Northern California, than Southern California. I really do because it seems to be that they have closer to four seasons than Southern Cal. Very seldom, in my opinion, do we have perfect weather for me. Now, a lot of people love the hot, whatever is perfect. But if it was stay in the 70s, like mid 70s, even if it got to be closer to 80, but when it starts, I mean, where I live, it could be 110 in the summer. I'm serious. It could be 110. So, it's like that's when I will go to the movies during the daytime or anywhere, sit down and eat, to the mall, anywhere so I could, use their cool air. And the AC is not, it didn't affect me. It don't affect me that much when I'm, out and about in the mall. But I think because, you know, my house is smaller where, the AC just concentrate, it's just the air is just too direct on me. Okay, you live on the third floor, so the man can sneak in. And you know what? I lived in an apartment one time where I was on the third floor. And that remind me, it's like I could keep my windows open because, like you say, okay, if you can scale these walls, go on and scale them because you'd have to be Spidey. Yes, BB, 110 and sometimes higher. See, I'm not far from Palm Springs in my soldier boy voice. I would never forget back in 2016, got up to 115. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In Texas, yeah. I live on the I live on the eighth. It's a highway. Okay. How you like it? You can keep your windows open too. 24 hours. Fresno. That's ridiculous. I would dare go outside. It is. I don't. I don't. If I have to go someplace, you know, the cars is in the garage and I can go that route and have that air, just pull the door up a little bit so I won't kill myself, when I turn the engine on, but I let it cool for a little bit because it's not as hot in the garage as, as if it was sitting in the sun. So that's the way I do it, get that AC going. And like I said, I can't have it directly on me, so you can do the little vent things away from you, but still serve the purpose. Yeah. That's ridiculous. It is. But I'm like I said, I'm not far from Palm Springs, so you know it gets pretty hot. Like I said, perfect weather for me is actually the mid 70s. But the closer I get to the ocean, you know, then it feels really good because you getting that ocean breeze. I've been living here for 12 years. I have windows, but they are from the ceiling to the floor. We have AC in the vent. Oh, okay. California people always tell me how hot they think Texas is, but triple digit weather is not common in Houston, and every few years we get snow. Okay, we get snow too. It just, the elevation by the time it reaches is melted, but it keeps the mountains. The mountains. When we have snow, it lands in the mountains, and it has touched down to and we've seen. I think since I've been here, I've seen it snow maybe about 4 times, reaches so you can touch it, but it melts quickly. But we get snow cap. We have snow cap mountains all the time. Yeah, $75. $75. I'm thinking of money. 75 degrees with wind. 75 is perfect. Stop, BB. You are not. But I don't. It's funny. It gets really hot, but I really don't like the heat, like not like that. Not triple digits. Not past. Not past. Closer you get to 90, it's like okay, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah. So the high rise, I have dogs, so that wouldn't work for me because they need their yard and they need to be walked. But that sounds good. I don't know if you guys hear them, but they telling me they were outside and it's too hot for them. They spoiled. I'll be back, guys. Go sit down. Come on. Here. Sit. 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 Okay. I'm back. I apologize, but I have to go to stream I am scheduled for. I've enjoyed it here. Thank you for coming, Empath. I appreciate you. I appreciate our conversation. Come again. And I'm going to have to check you out too, because I'm just getting more and more into people's lives, Just I like the conversations, I like videos too, but I'm getting more and more into the lives. I remember when I used to live with my and you be safe, empath. Be safe when you're, until we see each other next time. If you have to go out and about. So thank you for joining me. I remember when I used to live with my mom. Sometimes we would be stuck in the house because the snow was on the porch. I remember those days in Chicago too, baby. I remember them where schools would be closed and the whole bit. Okay, so you guys have a dog park connected to the building. Plus, I live downtown, so the commons are right there. Almost everything had dogs. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So they do make it convenient for the people with pets. Okay. Guess what? My phone will be here tomorrow. I can't. Oh, so you're gonna be going live, huh? Good, good. Because I haven't been live on my phone. I watch them on, my phone, but I haven't went on live. And I just got a new computer. Um, trying to learn. I have to I have to still use my old computer when I'm editing because I haven't learned the editing program yet that I have. And I'm so used to the other editing because it's so easy. It's just a really easy movie maker. It's really easy. But now I have DaVinci Resolve, and what I have to do is, I'm not going to say it's hard. What I have to do is just go and get on and trial by error. I can watch the tutorial, but until I go and actually edit something, then I'm going to continue to shy away from it. So yeah, they charge an arm and a leg for them to have them though. The huh, charge an arm and a leg for the live. Oh, you talking about your phone? Plus, as I think it's better to have your own yard because you can see them from the house, and I'm sure you would have more space in your house. Yeah, yeah, it was a patio on the back of my house, and the person who owned it before I moved in, because it was only one owner before me. I'm the second owner. Uh, they made it out of a family room. They enclosed the patio in the back, and so I have the two bedrooms, two baths, and that family room. Of course, the other. But to me, the one thing I hate about my house, I have two bathrooms, but both of them have showers. I don't have a bathtub. I hate that. And I'm trying to think, okay, should I go on and remodel my bathroom off the master, or because I got an older home, or do I really want to move? And if I move, right now I can't do anything because I'm not letting nobody in my house doing no construction and nobody, nothing else. So, but that's, I like a bathtub. I like to soak. I like to listen to music, put some candles in there you know, and just till I wrinkle up. Oh, to have the dogs. Yeah, because of you said, I asked whether you were talking about it cost an arm and a leg. You're talking about the dog. Yeah, because some places you have to pay a security and a month. And then some places you just pay the security and that's it. So, yeah. Ooh, it's $300 for each pet, plus you have to pay for the garage and rent. Yep. No, that's too much. No, I couldn't move there. I couldn't live there. But I am going to end this live. I thank you so much, BB. I thank you for joining me. Um, my dogs is just, they running amok because I'm in one room and I can barely see them. But they have a field day when I'm not watching them. I don't let them just run all over. They have two rooms that they can go to, and that's it. That's it. Oh, I used to love taking baths, but my water doesn't get hot enough to take them because I don't like to sit in the dirt. I keep the water running, so I just do the shower. Yeah, I can do what you do if you're that way. Take your bath and then get up and then shower off. But I just like the relaxation of it. You know what I mean? I just like to just sit back and put something under my neck and just play some soft music with candles. Just totally relax. But anyway, yeah, I just want to respond to that because I hear you on that. But I will see you later. Thank you. I'm gonna make sure that I come to your live, so that's gonna be fun with you. And Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to see about my dogs, and I've been on for a couple of hours. I mean, we were steadily talking, so the time went by kind of fast, but I appreciate it. So stay safe and thank you. See you next time.